example of a food that's a vaccine?
You're right. Yes. University of California, Riverside has already perfected the ability to put human vaccines into our lettuce right now. Also, tomatoes has the ability to do that also for UC Berkeley. And then Big Tobacco, RJ Reynolds and stuff has perfected the ability to put a human vaccine into tobacco products.
Chairman Clements.
And is that even legal to do in the state of Tennessee, to sell those with a vaccine in them?
You're right.
Well, I'm not arguing that point. What I'm saying is there is no law deeming those that when you go into a grocery store, you should know as a consumer, this head of lettuce is a head of lettuce. The head of lettuce right next to it could contain a vaccine in it. All we're saying is if it does have the vaccine in it, make sure it's listed as a pharmaceutical so people can get the proper dosage.
You're right.
Thank you. Well, my question is right now, can you walk into a grocery store and there be a head of lettuce for sale that has a vaccine in it? I don't think that's allowed under state law presently. And if it is, and you have to list it as a pharmaceutical, are we going to then have Walgreens pharmacists with a refrigerated section? I mean, how's this going to play out?
You're right. Thank you. This is more of a consumer protection bill right here, is to make sure that if you
give me an example of a food that's a vaccine.
You're right. Yes, sir.
Welcome to the X-Ray Podcast. Are we being vaccinated through food nowadays?
Oof.
Man, this is one topic that we are probably get banned. But either way, thank you for joining us. I'm Julio with my co-host
Robert,
and we are going to dive in real quick into what is pharma is doing to our foods, source, water, and actual injection the vaccine, which is wild. 2020, and now we discovering now all this stuff that's coming out. They used to had it behind a propaganda, media blackouts, and nowadays we're finding out the truth about vaccines, which is very, very disturbing. A lot of people get scammed. I believe that was the biggest scam ever pulled up by the pharma since Percocet and other medicine that they've been throw out there for the people. But anyway, thank you for joining us. Please like and subscribe. Also share this short innovation that we're doing today. So I'm gonna let Robert give us more light of what's going on this.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy for me to even digest what we just watched. First off, I guess it's just I'm like that guy asking that question that's I guess that representative, like, is this even legal? And two, wouldn't it have to, since it's a pharmaceutical, shouldn't this fall into they would have to put warning signs and stuff? And is the question he asked, is it in the food now? I mean, it's just, that is what's insane to me, is that question wasn't answered.
Yeah, absolutely. In the last couple of weeks, people has been waking up around for the fact of the vaccine efficiency. Hepatitis B, to make one example, now is coming up that suggesting the hepatitis B is linked to autism, which is a big claim to make for some people. And I asked yesterday to AI, and still, they say it's alleged. There is no correlation, hepatitis B with the autism. But my question is to you guys and gals who are watching this. It is fair to say that a healthy baby does need injection hours after born. A perfect healthy baby. Just a question, an honest question. I mean, there is a good vaccines out there, but I mean, why so many for a healthy baby to receive so many shots?
Yeah, and it's crazy. On the day of its first life of breathing air, the baby was alive inside the womb, right? But at his first breath of coming out of the womb. They want to inject this baby with all these vaccines because of these diseases and stuff. And I used to be not an anti-vaxxer. I was for vaccine, but thanks to Candace and RFK and my friend Sheila, shout out to Sheila Mitra. I am very, very much now in the camp of I don't trust the vaccines. And I mean, the babies, for crying out loud, if you don't need all these vaccines. I'm against vaccines for the babies at this point. I don't think it should be mandatory. And I honestly think because the baby's not gonna get it's not born with the disease unless the parent had some type of disease, right? So I honestly I'm against just vaccines. I find it despicable that we have to do it mandatory.
Yeah, it is disturbing. And nature is so perfect in a sense that the mom could have HIV or AIDS, and yet the baby is not born with that. In some cases, it might be prone to couple diseases or whatever, but for the most cases the baby is protected. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The baby is protected in most cases.
Yeah, and I think in HIV, in certain STDs like that, they have to do a C-section. But yeah, you're right. Inside the womb, the baby protected, like you said.
Yeah, it's protected. And why we had to inject the babies? And do you think we should raise our voices and be like, hey, no more injections unless the parents authorize it, and give the opportunity to parents to be like, hey, I don't want it because I don't want it. It's my option,
Exactly.
Or say yes, to a few or one or two, not to everything, but one or two, whatever the choice and whatever they fit perfect for the babies. Because one case, like I will tell you this, United States, it is the first in the highest mortality of birth in the United States. And we are the number one on healthcare. I mean, we are like striving to be the best in the world, but yet in the newborns, we are the highest death rate of babies in the world. And that is baffled to me because we spend so much money on healthcare, but yet our baby still dying.
And so I just feel like what's your guys' thoughts? Because I know a lot of people are in the camp of like, oh, you're an anti-vaxxer, but I have a very well-known family member who has been, and I said this to Julio off camera, but this guy is he eats healthy, he works out, he's a very, very, very good, muscular guy, and he does those marathons with cycling, and he does those mud challenges, and he's always active, per se. And due to his line of work, he had to go get a vaccine around the COVID because he was considered an essential worker, and his job required him to go out of international flights and whatnot. And so he was basically forced to get the jab. And now he recently had a heart attack, and again, none of his family has heart complications. So it's just like a red flag there, like what is going on, and he just stems it that he's been not feeling the same since the jab. So, but here's the one thing, Julio, and this is why I'm kind of anti-vax now. And I get it. If you should be an option. If you want to do that to your kids, by all means, right? It is funny that, like RFK said, before a certain years, before they were making it mandatory, we didn't have a lot of diabetes. We didn't have people with allergies, and now we have allergies and we have this, and it's like inflated with all these issues. But why is it, Julio, that they say, oh, look, this vaccine will do all this? You might have this side effect. It might kill you. It might do this. It might do that. It might do that. Like, it'll say 100 list of things that it will do, but it will make sure you don't get this disease.
It is fun. Like, it is fun how everything is just like manipulated.
Yep.
They manipulate the numbers on these 2020 deal. They were saying a lot of people were dying, and they were dying because not because of the vaccine. It was because everybody was locked down.
Yeah.
People didn't get the medical help they needed. Like, people has heart disease, people were bedridden, and all this stuff. And that's where the majority of death came from. And back then, even though if you, for example, let's say you die from a car crash, they did it because you had COVID. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was nuts.
That was nuts. Yeah, you would die, and let's say you died from a blood clot, and then they say, oh, well, he died from the blood clot, but he had COVID. And we think the correlation of COVID is the reason why. It has nothing to do because we accidentally cut this guy's blood, and we got him off blood thinners, and he, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They take off and the whole reason why is because I think there was an incentive if they treated or helped people with COVID, I believe. And again, that was under Trump's, and I will say that we should, I'm a pro-Trump person, and that's something that I will critique that I did not like from him,
Yeah, me neither. I didn't like how everything was handled, but you know what? I gave him
grace.
I give him grace, a little break, because it was novel, but locking everybody up because a disease that's supposed to kill like a lot of people, and babies or kids was not affected. You might get a little runny nose, you might get a little headache and whatever, but that was common with common flu. Like, we get the flu all the time. We get the flu shots, and people get sick with shot. I did not get a flu shot since I left the military a couple of years ago, and since I stopped getting those flu shot vaccines and all that stuff, I stopped getting sick.
Yeah, I don't believe in the flu shot. And that video that when we were talking about JFK and the hepatitis B, I think I remember where it's at. It's on Facebook Messenger, mistaken, but that should be something that again, that is insane.
Mm-hmm.
That they are now saying that hepatitis B, and I think under the JFK taking charge of this is going to expose all that. And but yeah, dude, that is crazy. The flu shot, I think it's a hoax. Anything for free is not good.
Yeah. Give us your thought, man. What do you think about it? Whether you're up for, if you were a pro-vaccine before 2020, and then you became I would say questionable vaccine supporter, because I am in that camp of, I kind of like, let me step back and look at the data before I put something in my body, because nowadays a lot of people suffering from myocarditis and another heart disease. They're suffering from blood clots in their veins. So it's linked already with the vaccine. It was doubted. It was dismissed in 2020, 21, 22. It was very dismissed, even though you could get your channel demonetized because of that. But now it coming up, it is true. All the conspiracy theory back then, it became a reality, and they were absolutely 100% true. What are your thoughts? Let us know. I will leave Robert with the last word.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you with this last thought, just real quick. But yeah, being anti-vax, I guess, is the wrong word. I think more like Julio said, more of like, I just want to question you. Why do you let me weigh out the the pros and cons. Okay, if you're saying that there's a high probability that my child will now be will have allergies for the rest of their lives over something that, yeah, the baby might suffer for a month or two, and we have technology now to where if they run a fever, we can do certain and I know that the first thing they'll say is, well, sir, at that age, it's not good advice to give them these type of medications, yada yada, but yet you want to give them 20 jabs. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Come
Yeah.
on.
Absolutely. All right. Hey, guys, thank you for joining us. I know it's short. We're going to have more videos like this coming soon. If you like the videos like this, short format, fast, and to the point, let us know. We want to hear your thoughts. And by the way, thank you so much again. Please like, subscribe, and share this channel. Let us know what you think down below. Don't forget to share this channel. It's very important to us that you share and subscribe. It's free. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.